Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Fortunate Creations. This is a channel where we talk about everything crafting. So from A to Z, you name it, if it's crafty and creative, I'm going to try it. I'm going to share it with you, and hopefully you guys will find some fun in it and maybe share some crafting ideas with me as well. So I'm fairly new to yarn. Okay, I've been doing crochet for about 1.5 years, and maybe 1 year and 10 months. And I used to just walk in and okay, yarn is yarn. But now that I've been in the world and living the life and talking the talk, I realize there's so much to choosing a yarn and working with yarn and knowing how to take care of it that I didn't know. So I've been paying close attention. So what I want to do today is I want to decipher the yarn labels. Like I said, I used to go, oh, it's pop. Oh, look at the colors. And that was it. If I liked the colors, I bought the yarn. So now I'm actually paying attention to the labels, and you learn a lot from the labels. So you can, let's see right here. You learn the size of the yarn. You learn the size of the hook that goes with the yarn. You also learn the size of the knitting needle that goes with it. And you can see here there's one for the crochet size and one for the knitting size. And then all these symbols down here. And I'm like, well, I mean, some of them are logical. Like I can see that one means do not iron, right? Obviously, do not iron. I get it. Well, what do these other things mean? So I actually went to the Google machine, and I'm looking at a sheet that I made. Let me see if I can lift it up here for you. So I made myself a little cheat sheet of all the things on the label and what they mean. Who knew? So obviously, inside the little ball of yarn is the size. Okay, so this is a size 4 weight. Okay. And then there's this little thing with 2 dots in the middle. I'm like, what the heck is that? So I look in here, and it says you can machine wash this down to 40 or up to 40 degrees Celsius or 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. So I'd say warm water, right? I don't know. That might be hot water. And then what is this triangle with the X's through it? Do not bleach. I don't know how a triangle equals bleach, but it's do not bleach. And then this next one here, the square with the dot, that means you can dry it, but this one single dot means you have to dry it on low heat. So you may machine wash up to 105 degrees, and you may machine dry, tumble dry, on low. And then there's the do not iron. And then I'm like, well, what does that line through a circle mean? So I look on my sheet and it wasn't on there, but the circle itself says dry clean. So I'm assuming this says do not dry clean. So obviously it also has the ounces and the grams, and it has how many yards and how many centimeters and what it's made, or meters, and what it's made out of. So there really is a lot, obviously, as well as the color number, and a lot of the times the dye lot. So I'm like, wow, that's interesting. So I started looking on the labels of the yarn I had in my stash. So let me put this back where it belongs. And I'm going to take one that's a little bit different. So here's one, Coffee Shop by Premier. And okay, so it's 284 yards, 260 meters, 85% acrylic, and 15% wool. Okay, I'm like, all right, so what can I learn from this label? Well, I can learn that it takes 6 skeins of this, or 6 cakes of this, for an adult medium sweater. I learned that it's a light 3. Okay. I learned that you use a 4 millimeter knitting needle, and a USG crochet hook. All right. So then I look, I'm like, okay, so there's the same, do not bleach, do not iron, and then there's two others on there. So there's that little wash tub, but it's got 2 dots in it. So I referred back to, and it's these dots inside the wash tub refer to how hot the water can be in your tub. Got it. Then of course, do not bleach, and then there's the square with the line on it. I'm like, well, what the heck does that mean? That means you can lay flat to dry. You have to lay flat to dry this. Okay, that's cool. Now, what is that P? And it says you can use any solvent except accepted. It actually says any solvent EXCEP except. I don't know. So there you go. I'm going to have to look that one up. If any of you know what that P means. Okay. So we'll put that over there. Now let's see. Let's see if there's another good one. This one's really soft. Nothing new on this one, except for this one says, do not dry clean. There again, it's the 1 dot, so you have to dry on low. So I have one here, pretty sure, that says you can dry. Oh, all right. Here's a good one. This one. Okay, this is a bulky 6. We've got a size 7 crochet hook, a size 8 knitting needle. We can wash it, we can dry it, we cannot iron it, we cannot bleach it, and we cannot dry clean it. It's 100% polyester. So, long story short, actually this was a really good deal. I got it at Goodwill for $2.99. But long story short is, being the new kid on the block, you don't even realize what you don't know. So I'm learning and paying attention. Every time I'm watching other creators, I'm trying to learn the jargon. I learned that from my 9th grade social studies teacher. I think you learn the jargon, you learn the hints, you learn, you know, the catchphrases and the abbreviations, kind of like texting. LOL means laugh out loud. Well, with crochet, WIP means work in progress. It probably means that for every, you know, every business and stuff, but it's just neat to know that, you know, there's phrases and terms and stuff like that. So I have been doing even more research. I'm going to do next, because I'm still doing my research. What's the difference between the types of yarn as far as colors? So I'm going to put, what's the difference between the way the colors go? What am I looking at? Why does this color do this and that color do that? Why is it called a self-striping? Why is it called, you know, other things like that? So I like to, I'm doing more research, and what I'm going to do is look in my stash here and find an example of each one, and I'll be sharing that with you. But yeah, it's interesting for me to see what I'm learning just by paying attention to everybody else. So this is a, you know, full cotton, this little one here, and it says here it's got 2 of the my computer just went out. There we go. So this can go, you know, up to 105 degrees. Don't iron it. You can dry it on low. There's a couple really good ones on here. So let's go just like this. I like the one, let's see if I can get it up there. The one that says don't twist, or do not wring. Do not wring, right there. That's pretty cool. I mean, no normal, dry normal, no heat. Dry normal, high heat. Non-chlorine bleach can be used. What's this one? Hang to dry. Can you see what I'm putting at? Sorry. You can't see it. So what I'll do is I think I will take a picture of this and I'm going to put it up in here so that you guys have this. A lot of you, maybe you're new and you don't know, because I certainly didn't know, and I'm learning, and it's really exciting to learn. Okay, so this is the hook they recommend. This is how you take care of it, because I would always hear other content creators saying, okay, you know, lay this flat or da da da. And I know that a lot of them say it, but then some of them just have the symbols, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. But then I was looking through my stash for different labels, because obviously you want to show different examples, and I found this old Red Heart Super Saver. And I'm looking for the care and the instructions, and I'm like, I don't see it anywhere. It says color fast, shrink proof, moth proof, and non-allergenic. And then it says care instructions on the reverse side. So I had to take the label off, which I don't love, but whatever. I'll tape it back on. And here it has all of the care instructions on it. So, machine wash on gentle or synthetic setting. Use any detergent that does not contain bleach. Only use a small amount of fabric softener. I wonder what that would have to do with it. Hand washing, you can wash gently in warm water using any detergent that doesn't contain bleach. Always support the article during rinsing. Probably so it doesn't stretch, right? It'll stretch. Spread article on a flat, dry surface. Bunch into shape and allow to dry thoroughly before moving it. Never dry any article in direct sunlight, and never hang to dry. I get the hang to dry. It'll stretch. Why not direct sunlight? I wonder if that... Okay, please note, this yarn must be absolutely dry to ensure automatic blocking. If stretched during wearing or washing, wet thoroughly and squeeze. And then tumble dry in home or coin-operated dryer and reshape. This is funny. I wish there was a year on this. I mean, it can't be... It's got the barcode, so it can't be super duper old, but isn't that funny? And then look at, they give you a little measuring tape on there. 3 inches and up to 8 centimeters. This is fun. So you don't know the stuff you used to learn on the labels. And then I did see some of them where it said a pattern was included on the inside, so that's neat. Yeah, it's just really fun. And this one, they didn't really do the pictures on this one. The only pictures they have here is what hook and what size. Everything else, they wrote out the directions. This is Mary Maxim's Glimmer. So they wrote, you know, machine wash on delicate setting, tumble dry low, do not iron or press. So, I mean, it's important to learn the language of the crafts that you're doing. So I like to learn as much as possible. I'm trying to absorb as much as possible from others and from, you know, going online. If I'm watching somebody and they say something I don't know what it is, I'm going to quick look it up and see if I can learn anything from it. Anti-pilling was another that I had to learn, because my mom used to call it pithing, was pithing. Of course, she was from Long Island and we used to pick on her accent all the time. But, so I'm thinking she was meaning pilling, anti-pilling. And then this is machine washable. And there's lots of things on here. So it actually, instead of the dryer with the dots, they actually put the temperature on there. And then the size of the hook. Now what do you suppose right there? Is that showing how much it should, the length of, I don't know. Anyway, so there's the do not bleach, do not iron, do not put in the dryer, do not tumble dry, lay flat. So there you go. There's my enlightening you on things I've learned on the labels. Is there anything inside this one? No. As with everything else, I guess, you know, read the label, learn as much as you can, and it'll help your projects come out more like you think they should. Thank you so much for joining my video. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up, a thumbie. That's another phrase I've learned. Give me a thumbie because they're free. Subscribe if you like this. I have lots more videos on my channel already and coming out. And join me for Coffee with Kim each day as we start the day with a cup of coffee and see what we have crafting adventures, see what crafting adventures we have in front of us. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Hope you're having a great day. And remember, always be creative. Have a great night.